Hello, welcome to Conwell Egan Eagle Eye Network as Conwell Egan takes on Lincoln High School here today. So, how do you guys feel about this game today?
I'm feeling pretty good. They just came off a big win off of Holy Ghost, and I'm just excited to see how they keep this thing going.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they get rack up points.
I think they're going to come in strong with this home court advantage and playing off a big win.
Yeah, same here. I think that they're gonna come off hard, pass the ball around, and get another win today. Are there any specific strategies or goals that this team is trying to focus on?
A goal that they have to they have to focus on is their 3-point shooting and their shot selection. If they can bang out every shot they have, then they'll definitely win this game.
Yeah, they gotta keep holding the ball because Lincoln is a very good team and they could easily take the ball from Egan if they don't hold on to it.
Yeah, I think they have to shoot the ball and use their size advantage.
Yeah, I think that them taking advantage of the playing home can help them because there's gonna be their fans there trying to cheer them up and do good. What the strengths trying to rely on? What is the strength that this team is trying to rely on?
One strength that they have is their advantage in the paint. They have very tall guys out there, so if they can take advantage of what they have, then they'll definitely do great this game.
There's one of their biggest strengths is their energy coming off from the big ghost win, and it's just gonna make them play really well.
I think that they will rely on their shooting ability and their young players like Nelson Seda and Tristan Jess.
Coming off what they all said, I think that Egan can rely on their teamwork, them passing the ball, and having good chemistry. If you guys were to coach a basketball team, what would your game plan be for this game?
My game plan would definitely be rotating guys in and out, getting fresh legs on the court, just keeping everyone healthy, and definitely just keep things rolling just the way they are.
Yeah, I would make my players eat really well because if you don't, you would get cramps, and cramps could take out a player very fast.
What Chris said, I think they should use their rotation and all their players to get fresh legs. And I also think that they should pass the ball around until they get an open shot and then take it.
Yeah, I think that the team should have a little hangout before the game to get their chemistry up and talk to each other about how they feel about this game. So that was our pregame talk about the Eagle Eye Network, and Conwell Egan takes on Lincoln High School at home. Back to you, Doc.
Thank you for joining us here at Conwell Egan High School as Lincoln High School gets ready to take on your Conwell Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Connor, joined with Eli Stewart, Patrick Haney, and Dante Nemeth is down on court side. We'll get to him in a little bit. Guys, so this is the first time we're going to see this JV team in action. What do you think we can expect to see from them based upon what we'll see from the rest of the team?
I think there's a lot of talent on this roster. There's a lot of good passers and good shooters, and I think that it's a really strong force.
I haven't personally seen one of these JV games yet, but I do know them from my experience of playing with them on AAU. I think they have a strong roster here, and I think they'll come out with a win.
Well, both teams are going to fare very well. Here at JV is 7-minute quarters rather than 8. And join us in between both games as we have a dedication to the gym. And we will interview the gentleman a little bit later in the second game. So we're just about ready to get underway as Egan has taken the court. And here goes Lincoln out. All right, we'll see Nelson Seda take the ball, so to go towards the net. Lincoln's going to intercept it and now come back the other way. Lincoln in their gold uniforms, Conwell Egan in their white and blue. Lincoln will control the ball now. Brian with it. Brian throws one up towards the net, but then drop back down out in front. Grabbing a hold there, Sada passes it ahead, and here comes Egan, and he'll get the first two on the board. Lincoln with the ball now. Lincoln holding, looking for an open area, and then we will hear a whistle blown. So a quick timeout here with 6:11 to go.
Timeout this early in the game usually is rare. I wonder what Lincoln could be talking about, trying to get their game plan down.
Write that down. Try to do it in
Both
numbers.
teams coming out now. It's going to be Lincoln on the side out.
All right, Lincoln will get the throw in here. Conwell Egan up by 2. Yeah, control of the ball now. Nelson Sada is going to defend him back out just at the half-court mark. They dance in now. Sada, though, gets control of the ball. He's going to come back up with it now. He's rushing towards the net. Throws it into the corner. It's just along the way. Doesn't get it back out. This one's sent just outside the arc. That makes its way in. It's 5-0. Lincoln with the ball now as they push towards the net. That shot comes off. And it's off the rim and then out on the Eagles. Conwell Egan moving up with the ball now. 5:30 to go here. This one pushed into the corner. Nelson Sada comes off onto the other side. This one in the hands of Zymir Davis. Davis looking for an open man. He finds one and then it's sent right back over in your way. Looking and holding. That one tipped along there by the men in gold. And here they come up and moving fast. It's Tay with the ball. Tay forces it into the corner. This one getting right back off to Tay. As he's going to give some direction out in front and then have this one knocked away from him. As you push back up further. Lincoln, Varsity towards it, has to force it back outside. There's another long shot that doesn't go, and that one up close. And a whistle here. That shot does not find its way. Second attempt with 4:44 to go. 0 for 2 there on the 3. Here's Davis with it. Davis gives it back to Sada. Sada looking, holding. Rushing towards the net, just throws that one up there, and it finds its way in 7-0. There's another shot and a whistle. There's a shot from Oregon that makes it. second attempt finds its way in as well. So it's 9-0. So Egan up by 9 now. What are they doing good so far?
Just basically all their shots are going in. They're putting it up and it's going in the net. Their defensive steals they've had multiple defensive steals that have led them to the paint.
All right, we see Lincoln struggling to get that 3 ball. How do you adjust as you move forward late in this quarter and into the next?
Maybe you just stop shooting 3-ball in general, try to drive to the paint, get a couple inside baskets, and once you get comfortable with those, maybe you can start going back out to the outside shooting your 3 balls.
Sounds great. That one tossed up there. Intercept it now as Egan's going to come back with it. So brought into the corner, into the hands of Davis. Davis moving back to the outside. Tay with the ball now. Tay throws it up. There's the shot that's going to come off. It rolls around the rim and comes right back down. That one towards the net again. A nice block there. They're able to get a hand on the ball. And then we'll see a shot come off on a whistle that finds its way in for 2. Naheem's going to take the N1. Not successful as the Eagles are going to move the other way now. Samir Davis with us when we pushed into the corner now. It's Norian Martinez with it. He'll send it over. Giving directions there is Nelson Stata. Stata drops it off into the corner, and this one is sent out of play and into the stands. Going to send it down to Dante on court side. Dante, what are you noticing down there? Dante, can't hear you. I got someone on my side.
I'm noticing all their shots are just going in, so that's good.
Samir Davis, he's going to move up the near way. Sends it over. There's his shot. It's not going to find his way, and this one's brought back down the other way. Dante, come stand over by me. Men in gold with it, and then we'll see a whistle and another substitution for both teams. Dante, stay. That one not going to go, and then eventually goes out, and they're going to say on the men. There goes Lincoln with it. They throw this one up, and it's now going to be 13-4 with 1:52 to go. There's another whistle now. So 1:41 to go here. 13-4 is our score. Not quite ready there are the refs as they'll pause that one as Lincoln tried to get a late push. Lincoln with the ball now. They'll send it over into the far corner there. They'll send another one that comes from just outside the arc that does not make its way. Moving up with the ball now there is Nelson Sada. Sada looking. He's going to try to drive towards the net as he pauses it just briefly and now comes over the near way. This will jump right underneath the basket and throw it up, and it's now 15-4 here in the early parts of this game. Down to the final 1 minute and 5 seconds. This one tipped ahead. 59 seconds to go now. Lincoln looking to build some room between them and these Conwell Egan Eagles. This one brought back out just in front of the CEC logo. Nelson Sada trying to push them back further, and this one's just going to be flipped along to try to get rid of the ball and create some distance between themselves. Lincoln takes a long shot that hits off the backboard and is brought back out now. 30 seconds to go. Egan going to try to control the final 30 seconds of this first quarter, as this is just a slow rolling ball, and it's going to go out on the men in gold. "17 seconds now. Martinez with it. He's holding, giving a little bit of direction as the men start to move right in front of the basket. Pushing up with it. There goes a shot to Jonathan right under the basket. He gets one off, but it's blocked aside there by Lincoln. Lincoln with the last attempt here. There goes the ball and the buzzer. And it will be 15-6. So, Dante, we end the first quarter with Conwell Egan on top. What adjustments do these two teams need to make going into the second quarter?
They just need to pass better. They're not really getting a lot of open shots. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. What adjustments is this team going to make as they head into this second quarter of play?
Yeah, if Lincoln just could play better defense on this Conwell Egan, I think it would be a closer game. Egan's playing great defense. Lincoln has been putting up not the best shots, and that's why Egan's leading this game.
Yeah, the only points Lincoln have put up is mistakes on Conwell Egan's end. They need to play more offensively and take better shots.
And how do you push through that defense that's been blocking that paint area, forcing them to make the threes, which they have not been successful with so far?
You really gotta just keep them moving, keep passing the ball fast, and make a run in, cut in, and score.
It's going to be Lincoln's side out here to start the second quarter. Oh,
right, so
Conwell Egan side out.
15-6 as we enter into the second quarter. Norian Martinez with it. This one all off to Brian McCluskey. McCluskey is off by Designer Davis. Davis pushes towards the net, and he's going to be forced out of play back behind. There goes the ball that goes up, and it's going to be 17-6 here with 6:44 to go. That's a high shot, but it does find its way into the net, and that's another three here for Lincoln. Their first they're able to connect on in this game. Martinez throws this one into the corner. This will go back off to McCluskey. McCluskey, though, has it knocked away from him. And it's going to go out on Lincoln. Timer Davis holding. He goes right back off to Noriel Martinez. Martinez directed Jonathan to move from one side to the other. And we have another whistle. And we stop it to the play.
Seems like Lincoln's running a two-guard high press, trying to get that easy traps in the corners.
Nelson Sater with control now. Down to Jonathan. Try to rush towards the net is Egan. There they go. They send that one up, and it is 19-9. Lincoln moving up rather slowly. That was Tristan Gainsey with the last fast pitch. And goal moving up was still sent into the far corner, brought right back out to center court, and then back up further again. There's a shot. Shot does find its way, but it does right back down to the men in goal. Then in a line drive, that's not going to make it to the net, and eventually the rebound does. Nelson Sater with the ball now. He has it knocked away from him. Gainsey picks it up. Gives it off to Norian Martinez. Martinez brings it out to calm things down. This one coming right back off the Sater in the corner. And then a hard pass allows Norian to get control. They're right back off to Gainsey again. Gainsey sends it off to Davis. Davis with a three. It doesn't go. And a rebound by Gainsey makes its way 21 now to 11. Who's the standout star so far for Egan?
I would say Nelson Sater. He's been moving the ball well, and he always gets up to the paint and hits those layups.
Right, a lot of times it's not those baskets that you make, but the way that you move the ball to help your team out. And we see Davis trying to keep the ball in, but he just stepped out. And that'll put a pause in play.
Lincoln around the perimeter.
Good, sorry. Hey, with the ball now. They has it sent to the net. And it's knocked away. This one into the corner. Here's a shot that comes from way out. That's going to miss the net. And into the hands of the man in goal. Hey, moving up with it. Hey, rushing. Goes to the ball up. It's gathered and then eventually brought back down by the men in white. Also stay with it now. He wants to get a couple deep moves in as he tries to push towards the net. Here goes the shot, and it's 23 now to 11. Lincoln with control now. They send this one into the corner. Holding, pushing it away, and that ball is going to go out. Send it down to Dante now on the court side. Dante, what adjustments have these two teams made going into the second quarter?
Lincoln has definitely talked a lot more than they did in the first quarter, and you don't really see that a lot in high school. They're also playing better on defense, and yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Dante. It's a better communication coming from Lincoln, which may show the little bit of struggles that Egan has had moving the ball within the last minute or so. That shot by Staten comes off the outside of the rim. Guy's not normally a player that misses his free shots. Second attempt there makes it in, and a quick timeout here by Conwell Egan. And with that, we'll take a quick timeout here on your Eagle Eye Network. All right, 24-11 right now. There's Lincoln with the ball. Lincoln pushing up. They're holding. They get a shot off that just goes entirely over the basket into the hands of the Eagles. Elsa's Nuriel Martinez rather moving up with the ball. Waiting for it in the corner. Zymir Davis. He takes the three and it finds its way 27-11 now with 2:20 to go. These Conwell Egan coaches very vocal and they will give a lot of direction from the side of the court on where they want their team to be and how they want them to play. This one brought back out now behind the play. Trying to play a good defense there, the Eagles. And was intercepting that one was Martinez, but allows Lincoln to push towards the net, and getting that one up was Zahim, but it would not go. So pushed up long now. Chaston Gabriel with it. Chaston gets it back, and in doing so, he steps out. $1:59 to go here. Pedro with the ball. Pedro being blocked aside there by Seda. He's going to try the right side now and stiff arm him along the way. Sends it right back outside the arc, and there's your shot. And it's going to go off of a couple different players there, but they finally roll. It goes off on Lincoln. About 1 minute and 43 seconds. We're going to send it back to our intermission team, who will recap the first and second quarter for us. This ball dropped out right below the net, and the shot goes up, and Egan is able to add to their lead here, 29-11. Moving ahead with the ball now, there is Tay. Tay looking, and eventually it's handed off, and then this one's set up, and we will see Lincoln get on the board. 29-13 now, and then another whistle blown.
This Conwell Egan team really moving the ball well here, playing through their offense, moving and passing, just looking all perfect here. Traveling violation there on Conwell. Took a little too many jumps. .55 to go in this second quarter. Lincoln trying to open and create a shot. And that's a mid-range right off the glass and back up. No good again. Offensive boards from Lincoln. And a foul on Conwell Egan. That'll be their second in the corner, and it's going to be a side out. High guard press from Tristan Laster. Loses that ball there. It's intercepted by Egan as Nelson pushes up the court. And he goes up with it. Good. Nelson State is really good at pushing the ball up the court and looking for open passes, and if not, taking it up. Can't you agree, Patrick?
Yeah, he always seems to find his way to the net after any defensive mistake. He grabs the ball, runs up the field, and shoots it, and scores.
That'll be the end of this half. Egan up 31-13, as we'll kick it off to our intermission crew, or they'll give our halftime report.
Welcome to the Eagle Eye Network halftime show. If you don't already know, my name is Christopher Nuzzi.
I'm Christopher Deepeth.
I'm Colin Hooney.
And I'm Jude Holmes.
So, guys, what has been working for this team so far?
I think what's working well for this team is their backdoor cuts. They've been exceptional today. They're just getting easy points in the paint, and their shooting so far is very well. They're shooting very good, and that's what is getting most of their points.
They're running down the court, and just like laying up the ball is working very well for them.
They're working as a team very well, like passing plays and like cutting, and they're using their assets.
Yeah, them shooting and passing the ball is helping them a lot, and the way they have their backdoor cut and chemistry. Are there any adjustments you think this team needs to make it for the next half?
I think an adjustment that they have to use is their rebounding. I think the other team is getting more rebounds, more offensive rebounds than them, so they have to work on more defensively on rebounding.
Yeah, Egan needs to work on getting less fouls because Lincoln was able to get a few points off that.
Sometimes they need to slow the game down. They're moving very fast and making very irrational decisions.
Yeah, I think that they should make better decisions on the passing. Some of them they got deflected and went down the other side of the court, so that's what I think that they should fix on. What challenges is the other team giving Conwell Egan at the moment?
Challenge they're giving us so far is they're making us foul a lot. A lot of our players are in foul trouble, so we just have to be careful with our hands, and we just have to watch out.
Lincoln is being able to like just run down the court and like put some points on the board, which is making us lose points.
Yeah, Lincoln is scoring off of fast breaks and they're scoring off 2v1s. Conwell Egan has to work back faster and stronger.
So I think that they're getting more boards over Conwell Egan at the moment. If we start changing that, then we can change the pace of the game and put it at our pace that we want it to be. That's the halftime show for Eagle Eye Network. Back to you, Doc.
All right, back here at Conwell Egan High School, 31-13 right now with the Eagles on top. What is your game plan if you're the coaches going into the second half?
From the coach here, I'm gonna be making Egan keep that high press so they can keep getting those offensive steals and getting those easy buckets. Keep running the offense, keep passing and moving, getting those cuts, and I think they'll keep this lead.
Yeah, I think Egan just needs to keep winning the rebounds because they've had a lot of chances, and the rebounds dribble it down the court and hit the paint.
All right, and then in the second half, both of our guys, Eli Stewart and Patrick Haney, will take a quarter time play-by-play.
We have Lincoln standing up high press. Egan. Lincoln with the pass move, and Tristan Laster intercepts, pushing it up the court. He's got Norian on the right side. He lays that up. No good. Lincoln with the rebound, putting it down low. Oh, and Egan gets it right back, and Tristan Laster with an easy bucket. Tay bringing the ball up here. Dribbles inside, and an easy floater. Oh, no good. Rebound Conwell. Nelson up top, dribbling over to Norian. It's going to be off Lincoln there for side out. Tristan Laster throwing the ball in to Nelson Seda. Swung to the top of the arc. Into Christian. Nelson receiving the ball, cuts back. Christian pump fakes, drives in, and gets the easy layup. Tay back up with the ball as he's running the point. Over to the corner. Tries to dribble in, no good. Pedro back with the ball, drives in, rises up, and it's going to be a foul, and he'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Patrick, how critical are these free throws here for Lincoln to hit?
It's very, very critical. Free throws wins games. They have to make these if they want to get a little bit of momentum to get this lead back.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think free throws are one of the biggest things in the game, along with the rebounds. Let's see if Conwell can box out, get this board, and push it up the court. Tristan just does that and passes it up to Nelson. Nelson driving, and he will not kick it out. Oh, no good. Tay with the rebound, pushing it back up. Swinging down to the paint inside. No good. Rebound Christian over to Tristan Laster. Pushes it up. Slowing the ball down here is Nelson. Oh, tries to make a slip pass. No good. Lincoln pushing it up, and there's a midi. Short. Offensive rebound there. Norian with this, trying to get a steal. Down to the paint. It's going to be a kickball violation on White. It's going to stay down low. Patrick, if you're Lincoln's coach here, what would your game plan be, and how would you get them back into this game?
If I was Lincoln's coach, I would mainly tell them they have to keep the ball. They keep losing it on offense, little mistakes that are letting Egan go to the paint and score. They need to keep possession and keep shooting the ball from mid-range where they're good at scoring.
I completely agree. And here's Nelson over to Tristan Laster. That's around arc 3, no good. Pedro with the ball here in the corner. Screened and over to the wing. That's a shot there. No good. Rebound Norian. Tristan with the ball at the wing. There's Nelson kicking into the paint. Tries to get a slip there, no good, and intercepted by Lincoln as they push it up the court. Here's a fast break. He goes up. No good. Rebound Norian. Oh, and it's stolen, and there's an easy layup there. Timeout, Conwell Egan. We're going to kick it down to Dante here. Dante, at this timeout, what would you be telling your players to do?
Sorry, what you say?
What would your game plan be for this timeout to get Lincoln back into this game?
Like Patrick said earlier, they really just got to keep the ball. They keep losing it, and some of their shots are just not falling. So I would try and get to the rim more. They have a higher percentage shot makage there.
I completely agree that they are making most of their mid-ranges. It's going to be a full timeout here for Conwell, trying to break down what they could do to keep this lead. Press here from Lincoln. Oh, and they send it right out. It's going to be Nelson taking the ball up. Screen by Big John. Laster dribbling. Shot no good. Board by Pedro as he pushes it up. Slips it down to the... And a fast break foul by Lincoln. Zymir throwing it in to Nelson. Norian on the wing, pass it down to Big John, intercepted. And on the floor is Lincoln, ball rolling into the corner, and it's out on Lincoln. Conwell Egan ball. Here comes Nelson dribbling up the court. Over to Norian. Kicked out to Zymir, and Tristan in the paint. No, blocked by Lincoln. Pedro dribbling up the court, cutting into the inside. Back up to Pedro as he cuts into the paint. That one's going to fall. Lincoln's bench rallied up here as their comeback is starting to fall in for them. It's going to be a holding foul on Lincoln. It's going to be underneath the basket for the throw. And here's John with the pass. That one's not going to go in as Lincoln pushes it up the court. Handoff for the midi. That one's not going to fall. Into the corner. Floater blocked by Tristan Laster and rebound Zymir. Tristan Laster for the three. Good. High press by Nelson here, not letting any room to breathe. Blocked by Big John. That one's going to go out. Here comes Davis and Christian coming in. Into the paint, and has an easy layup there. Here's Chaston with the ball. Norian with the three. That one's going to go in. 41-22 with 55 to go in the third quarter as Conwell Egan leads. Here's a slip pass and a floater off the backboard. No good. Rebound Norian. Trying to get a fast break point here. It's going to kick out to the corner for Nelson Seda as he drives in. He goes right up, and it's a foul on Lincoln. That's going to be their third in the quarter. He's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. First one off the back rim. Second shot up. That one's no good as well. He's 1 for 4 from the line. Usually perfect. Oh, to Chaston. And that's an easy lay.
With 25 seconds left, Egan needs to just keep the momentum and stop with the silly mistakes for them to keep the lead and eventually win the game.
There's Norian with the steal, and it's going to be a fast break foul there on Lincoln. It's going to be side out for Conwell Egan with 13 to go. Conwell probably going to hold out for the last shot here, trying not to let Lincoln get any momentum going into the fourth quarter. Nelson dribbling up with 8 to go. Crosses, drives in, out to Christian. Christian trying to pull up the last second, no good, and that will be the end of the third quarter. We're going to bring it down to Dante here. Dante, in basketball, it's a game of runs. How do you think Lincoln can make a run here? What do you think they need to do?
I think they just need to continue passing. Their bench was chanting defense at one point, so they really need that momentum to just keep going.
Yeah, chanting is a big part of basketball. I think getting the crowd rallied up will also get your players rallied up, get them the energy they need, and just keep them with the press to win the game. Patrick, what's Egan doing well here in this basketball game?
They're doing well with their dominance and just keeping the ball, finding the place to shoot and shooting it and executing, finding the net almost every time.
Yeah, I completely agree. Egan's doing very well defensively, getting off boards, and just pushing it up and getting easy baskets. That's why they're up by 21 here. We're going to switch it over to Patrick Haney going on to play-by-play.
Egan ball to start the fourth quarter. Christian inbounding. And a bucket. With the rebound to Christian. And a dunk. He scores it. Tristan Laster pressing. Norian. To Christian again up the field. And another one. 2 in a row for Christian. Tay with the ball, dribbling up the court. He shoots it up from mid-range. Norion with the rebound. Dribbles it upfield. Out of bound on Lincoln. Egan ball. Tristan from deep. Tay dribbling up the court with Norion high pressing. From mid-range, he misses it. Big John with the rebound. Norion dribbled up the field. Calling for a play. With already a bunch of Eli with a bunch of steals already happening in the third quarter. Fourth quarter. How do you think Egan is benefiting from these?
Egan just has been playing great defense this whole game, and I think their steals are just breaking down Lincoln, not letting them get any chance to score or come back into this game. Their steals are just going to keep tearing them apart, and it's just going to keep benefiting Egan.
There's a pair for Tristan Laster. First one's in. Both in. Lincoln ball now at the end of the court. No one's pressing. Tay dribbling down the court. Nelson Seda picks him up. Tristan with the rebound. Fast break to the paint. And it's another 2 for him. Passing it down to Dante. How do you think the fouls on Egan have been impacting this game so far?
They've impacted the game because Egan is benefiting off free throws. They made most of them, so they just have to continue doing that.
I agree, Dante. Tristan making it. He's 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. Lawrence with the ball. Pass it off to Tay. Foul called on Conwell Egan. Passed it out to Lawrence. Travel. Chaston inbounding the ball to Seda. Some substitutes made by Lincoln. Nelson dribbling up the court. Tay on him. Pass it to Big John. Big John out to the arc. To Zymir. Back to Seda. Looking for some movement. Big John under the paint with a layup. Tay with the ball, dribble up the court, dribble to the paint. Zymir with the steal, dribble up the court. And he makes one. Joel with the ball, shoots from mid-range, makes it. Nelson dribbled up the court. To Zymir, to Chaston. Misses the net. Steal. Brings it back out. Shoots from deep. Hits the rim. Out of bounds on Conwell Egan, Lincoln ball. Another steal from Conwell Egan. Dribbled up the court. Goes right into the paint. Scores it. That was a very good offensive play by Conwell Egan. Shoots from deep. He makes it. Dribble up the court. Zymir Davis. High press by Lincoln. Foul by Lincoln. Pushing foul. Inbound by Zymir to Tristan Laster. Dribbles up the court. Plays the top of the arc to the bottom. To Big John in the middle. Out of bounds by Lincoln. Egan ball. Zymir to Big John, and Big John makes it. Nelson with the press on Tay. Big John with the steal. Nelson dribbled up the court to Zymir Davis, who makes one. Inbound by Lincoln. With 30 seconds left, it's 63-27, your Conwell Egan Eagles. Nelson with the press. Laster gets the rebound, dribbles up the court. Looking for some movement. Passes to Nelson. He's holding the ball. Trying to play out this clock. Big John back to Seda. The game's over. They're playing the clock. Eli, how do you think the overall performance of the JV team was?
You know, JV at the end of this game didn't let them get any chances to come back as they held to 5 points in the fourth quarter. They just ran up that score, playing well offensively and defensively with a ton of steals. I just think this JV team will be something big in the future.
Yeah, all these young JV players and some of these swing for varsity are showing lots of sign of great potential to carry this Conwell Egan franchise great places in the next few years.
All right, nice job, guys. So each you got a quarter of play-by-play. How do you feel coming out of that quarter with your first play-by-play broadcast?
You know, play-by-play it seems like a lot of fun. I love hearing you do it, and it was really fun for me to do it and help along with Patrick and Dante.
Yeah, it was a really fun experience. It was a little shaky for the first time, but first time's never going to be your best. Just if I just get a bunch of practice in, I feel like it'd be a really good experience.
Hey, and you guys are going to have plenty of time to practice. You will continue to hear more from our student broadcasters than you do me over these next couple of times, as they'll begin to try to take over a little bit more and more and start to phase me out a little bit. We have about 35 minutes to the next game. We're going to have a presentation in between this JV game and a varsity game as we have the dedication to our gym. I'm Dan Connor, Eli Stewart, Patrick Haney, and Dante Nemeth. Right now, we're going to send it back to the intermission team as they wrap up the post game.
They were very, very big points, and their defense was exceptional today. They have been very, very well on defense, and that is carried out throughout the whole game.
Their speed and the fact that they kept pushing after in the beginning of the second half, when they were losing some points, are some of the most important key factors.
Yeah, Conwell, you can really work as a team in this game and showed how good they can really play.
Yeah, them passing the ball and moving really fast and running plays helped them win this game today. What is one moment that stood out to you during this game?
One moment that stood out to me was the freshmen taking over the team. They started being the leaders, and they just carried it out throughout the whole game, which was very well for the team.
Yeah, mine is when Tristan got those 2 dunks in a row. Those were very impressive.
Yeah, I have to agree with Colin. Those dunks really lit up the entire stadium today.
I would say when Nelson Seda started off the game with a nice lay to get this team moving fast and helping them succeed this win today. What's something you think that the team could improve on for next game?
Something they can improve on is definitely their fouls. They've been caught with easy fouls, and they just need to improve on that for the game, so they don't for future games, so they don't have to be caught in foul trouble and lessen their depth on the court.
Yeah, they just need to work on the rebounds because they could have got a lot more points if they rebounded the ball.
Yeah, I just think they have to shoot a little bit more. They were driving to the basket and that was well, but just shoot a little bit more.
Bad decision passing. They did some good passes, but they did terrible sometimes and made the ball go down the other end. This is Eagle Eye Network. I'm Chris Vernuzzi.
I'm Chris DePez.
I'm Colin Haney.
And I'm Jude Holmes.
And thank you for watching. For the JV game, stay tuned for the varsity game.
Welcome to the Eagle Eye Network pregame show for the Varsity CEC game versus Lincoln. So James, what are you most excited about going into today's game?
I'm mostly excited to see how the team plays out and what they can do to get the win.
I'm mostly excited to watch a hopefully great game and see if they are able to go 3-0.
I'm looking to see some good offensive plays and less fouls from last game.
I'm excited to see how they play at home because their last game was away and what players they use the most.
I'm excited to see what strategies they use from the last game and put them into this game for the win. So that was the CEC versus Lincoln pregame show. Back to you, Doc.
All right, thanks, guys. We are here at Conwell Egan High School. We have a shortened pregame report there as we have a dedication to our gym here at Conwell Egan High School. So, gentlemen, before we get to the dedication, what are you guys most excited about right now?
I'm most excited about interviewing the person who this game is dedicated to.
Sounds great. Yeah, so we'll have John Cordisco up here in between the first and the second quarter, and we'll all have a chance to ask him a few questions and thank him for his time. Chris, what are you most excited for right now?
I'm most excited to see the Eagles play their heart out for this game and talk to the guy that did the dedication and help us out for school.
And the dedication, we'll go out to a gentleman that we're going to continue to learn about here. Mr. Fisher is going to give a little bit of a pregame speech. John Cordisco is the gentleman that this gym is being dedicated to. He's a graduate of 1973 at a time where the schools were split and it was all boys at the time. They're getting ready down there on courtside, and as they get ready, we're going to take a moment break, and we'll be right back. That's the camera. You're leaning.
We had a very special dedication. The dedication will be made by our school president, class of 2004, Mr. Matthew Fisher.
Hey, John. I think some of that money needs to go into the system. So thank you for being here today. We have some special gifts that we'll then. Give us a second. Very special dedication this evening. Our guest of honor, John Briscoe, is here, and many of his friends from Bristol Barrow and the class of 1973 from Bishop Egan and Bishop Conwell Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. So John spoke at our commencement exercises 2 years ago. And after 10th grade at Bristol High School, he told a very personal story about the sacrifices he had to make in order to attend Bishop Egan. So he ended up at Bishop Egan in 11th and 12th grade, graduated from Bishop Egan, and he talked to our students about the impacts that experience had on his life. And John, I think today is a nice way to culminate that story with this gym dedication. Before I introduce John, I'm going to read a letter that was sent from Governor Shapiro. Greetings, it is my pleasure to recognize Conwell Catholic High School and John Briscoe on its gym dedication ceremony. Since its inception, CEC has championed faith, character building, service, academic excellence, and a commitment to lifelong learning. It now recruits well-rounded students who are ready to take on the challenges of post-high school life. John Briscoe is one of those students. From his time on the Pennsylvania Disciplinary Board to founding Have a Heart Foundation, before he went into the seventh board, John has exemplified his commitment to and execution of CEC's core values. It is Pennsylvanians like John who inspire generations. I hope that this dedication is not only a reflection of John and his career, but also a reflection of the students and faculty of Conwell Catholic High School. It is a great honor to recognize John for this remarkable gym dedication. I am confident that there are many more years of success to come. As governor, on behalf of all Pennsylvanians, I am happy to recognize the Conwell Catholic High School community and John Briscoe on his gym dedication ceremony. Please accept my best wishes for success. Given under my hand and the seal of the governor, at the city of Harrisburg this 13th day of December 2024, the year of the Commonwealth, the 249th Governor Josh Shapiro. John, thank you for everything you've done for our school. Congratulations on this. Come say a few words.
Put the lights back on, please. John's over. He needs to say. So am I.
Change batteries.
Decided to write this down so that I don't go on and on and on. I'm sure that everybody around us is a basketball game, so give it my best shot. In my life, I try to live by three basic principles: faith, family, and friendship. I want to thank my 93-year-old mother, who taught me by example the value of faith. I would also like to acknowledge Father Joe Conwell, Father Andre, Father Dallas, and Brother Richard for the continuing encouragement and support they've given over the course of my lifetime. I've been blessed to have my family here with me tonight. I have my fiancée, Deb, and her son, Brad, who I love like a son, and his new wife, Charlotte. I have my brother, Mark, my sisters, Mary Ann and Joanne, my daughter, Kelly, my Spitfire granddaughter, Riley, my two other beautiful grandchildren, John Alexander and Sophia, who, by the way, just got accepted to Drexel today. Your mother, her mother, here as well. Tonight is about friendship. It's ironic that Lincoln Public School is playing Bishop Conwell Egan High School, a Catholic high school. I happen to be a product of both. I attended Bristol High School in 9th and 10th grade, and attended Bishop Egan in 11th and 12th grade. And I'm fortunate to have friends here tonight from both schools. Some of my friends from Bristol who are here today, I've known since I was 5 years old. Mike Rustinelli is also my first golfer. Chuck D'Angelo, Jim D'Angelo, Lou Gazzarano, John Sinelli, Dan Melisi, and Nicky Mancini. We're going you guys to please stand. Love you. And also, we acknowledge the class of 73. Billy got the head job of that here. The Burns, John Patricio, even though he wasn't a member as Tony as well, only because he's from Bristol. Jim York, Dave Scott, Rick Riley, Steve Mason, Pat Woodford, John Haney, Terry Ganey, and Terry. You guys all please stand. Thank you guys. Welcome here. And you're the legendary and Navy friends and Phillips Center. I want to take the time at least to thank all of you for your friendship, camaraderie, and support. All of you have enriched my life, now to become the man I am today. I also acknowledge the girls of the class of 1973, the Conwell. You deserve to be a part of this celebration as well. CEC would not be what it is today without your support. I love you all, and I appreciate all that you've done. I want to put a special thanks out to my good friend Tom Lynch for his leadership and what he's done with this school. And he deserves a round of applause from everyone. It was the commitment and determination of the members of the Conwell League Board of Trustees that made everything happen. And a special shout out to my good friend Billy Burns, whose love and dedication to this school is second to none. Who knows, Bill, like after tonight, that small plaque of the hanging over the entrance to the training room could be replaced with a much larger one. You certainly deserve it. Maybe see the ones stick together. In closing, I want to say that there are no impossible dreams. With faith, determination, and in some cases helping hands, all dreams are possible. That it was with the faith, determination, and helping hands of the CEC family that made the CEC dream a reality. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have given me. I can never replace it. But I'm glad we're here to share it. I love you all, and God bless you.
Hey, Rick, where are you? I'd like to introduce our Congressman, Brian Fitzpatrick. Brian is going to present John with a flag that flew over the capital, Washington, D.C. in honor of this tremendous recognition for John. So whoever wants a picture, get it now.
So for all the CEC graduates, how special a place is this, right? It's like coming home every time I come back here. The memories of when we were young and much more agile. Life was a lot more fun back then when we got growing up and everything got serious and hard, right? But John, I just want to tell you and let all you know what a great person John is. And we often hear the definition of character. There's a lot of different definitions of it. My favorite is the things we do and the decisions that we make when nobody else is watching. And I just want to tell you that I have two 9-year-old parents. John waits to them. He cares about them. He asks about them all the time. He doesn't have to do that. But that's the kind of guy John is. And why is John that kind of person? I like to think that this place had a lot to do with it. And John, there's a lot of things we can be proud of in life. But to see your name, by the way, your name's bigger than the school name on the wall. That's to see your name on a high school that you graduate from, when we were little kids, right? What an honor. And thank you, Conwell, for honoring it. So, John, we have a flag from the Capitol for you, and I wanted to present this to you and you know,
Thank you, Congressman Fitzpatrick, Bishop Egan, graduate class of 1992, and of course, John Cordisco in the vaunted class of 1973. Love you, John. All right, thank you.
All right, we're back here at the John Korditsko Gym here at Conwell Egan High School. So, gentlemen, this Eagles team has won their last 2 games. What do they need to do to keep the momentum here in this game in order to win again?
If they're Jacks, if they play anything like their JV team, Egan should be able to steal the ball, dribble up the court, and score the ball.
I think that coming off their win last week, they keep it up. They have to pass the ball down to Isaiah Johnson to keep on putting up them easy layups to help them get this win today.
All right, and then what should their game plan be going against Lincoln? We saw Lincoln make some mistakes with their JV team, but on the flip side, we also saw the Eagles make mistakes as well. What should your game plan be going into this game, and how do you limit those mistakes?
Egan should really keep them all moving around the arc and wait for the open shot. They can't force it. They can't hit it too fast. They have to wait for the open shot to keep dominance over the court.
I think they should slow the game down, take it at their pace. Don't let Lincoln have the pace of the game. Try to put easy shots up and succeed on passing the ball more.
All right, and we're going to have a lot of fun this game. We're going to have a couple different interesting guests with us. We'll have John Korditsko and then a surprise for our broadcasting crew. Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll begin in just about a minute from now.
Rest in peace. Amen. St. Charles Borromeo, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. We ask that you remain standing, and veterans and active service personnel, we ask that you please salute the colors as we play our national anthem.
At this one
And now let's meet and greet our starters, our guests from Northeast Philadelphia. Get ready with real slippers. They first do guard, number 11, 5'10", Jaden Ortiz Muhammad. A sophomore guard, 6'2", number 5, Dejon Smith. A junior guard, 5'10", number 12, Chris Barr. A senior forward, number 22, Javier Russell. And a senior guard, 6'1", number 1, Miguel Rosa Jr. Their spoilers are coached by Mr. Brandon Moultrie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Conwell Eagles. A 5'9" sophomore guard, number 0, Jared Velez. A 6'2" sophomore guard, number 33, Cole Zaleski. A 6'3" sophomore forward, number 23, Braden Martin. A 6'3" sophomore guard, number 4, Miles Moore. And a 6'7" junior center, number 24, Justin Pop. And coaching your Eagles, Mr. Sean Tate. Your officials for this evening's contest are Mr. Ryan Grant, Mr. Brian Smith, and Mr. Robert Hamilton.
All right, a huge thank you to our public address announcer, Mr. Luby. Mr. Luby, a theology teacher here at Conwell Egan High School, who has many years into this CEC public address announcing. We will see Javid Velez out there on the court to begin things, along with Braden Martin, Justin Bob, Zaletsky, and Miles Moore. So that will be our starters right now. We do apologize. We do not have names for Lincoln High School. We were only provided with a number sheet. So we will simply, to not disrespect any of the players, simply just refer to each of them as Lincoln. All right, there's opening tip-off. With it, Lincoln rushing towards the net. They throw one up in the short lane that does not go, and Moore right down onto the court. Zaletsky moving up with it over on the far side now. He's going to rush in, sends it back outside to Moore as he was underneath the paint. Moore takes a shot that's not going to go, and it's right into Velez's hands, and then to Zaletsky. Zaletsky gives it back to Velez. Velez holding, pushing up, gives it outside the arc on the far side. There's a shot by Bob that bounces off the rim and back out. So, guys, we saw Miles Moore in the last game start to lose his momentum and missing shots. How important is he in making sure that he not only that he gets his shot in, but how important is it that he makes every basket for this Egan team?
I would say that Miles Moores is one of the best player on this Conwell Egan offense. So all of the points he can make is key. And if he needs to keep his stamina up, to keep hitting shots and keep scoring them, and he simply cannot miss.
Miles Moore is one of the players that if they're in a bad game, they stay in that bad game and can't really get out of it. But if he plays good, he starts to learn like the momentum and gets really good. It's hard to stop. That's the player that he is.
Definitely, it's one of those players down there that are a leader and a leader indeed, and that leader does need to step up in games like this that should be extremely tight. Lincoln, a great team coming from Northeast Philadelphia. They're 1-1 thus far this season. This ball is given off to Velez, given right back to Moore with 6:49 to go. Coach Tate very familiar with this Lincoln team as he coached just down the street for Fowler Judge for 13 seasons. It's Zaletsky with it now. Zaletsky gives it off to Velez. Velez looking, gives it off there to Martin. Martin holding. He's trapped and then brings it back to Velez, who sends it over to the far side. Giving it just underneath the paint there is Bob with control. Bob lays one up, but it doesn't go. And now Lincoln's going to gain possession and move back the other way with it. 6:18 to go. Lincoln bring it over to the near side now. Lincoln sends one up just inside the arc that goes off the outside of the rim. We're going to send it down to our sideline reporter now, Dante Namath. Dante, these two teams having a little bit of difficulty connecting with their baskets right now. What do they need to do to improve?
They really just need to take their time. It seems like there's a lot of poor shots that are happening, so they just gotta wait and get an open shot.
So patience is key right now with 6:06 to go and still no score. One foul thus far for Lincoln, none for Conwell Egan. Zaleski will take the throw in. Oh, give it there to Martin. Martin gives it back as they'll play. There's a long one. That's not going to go off the basket. A battle for it right down there in the paint. There's the rebound by Egan. That don't go. There's another attempt. And they are 0 for 3 on that drive there. So they're going to move back the other way. Now there's Lincoln. They send it to the outside corner. They take a three that finds its way in. And they'll score first here in this game. 5:40 to go now. Is Moore with it. Moore looking. Gives it off to Martin. Martin trying to rush towards the net. Now he's down in the paint area. Lays one up, and we'll hear a foul on the play. Guys, Lincoln playing some strong defense right now. How do you adjust your offense now so you don't go down by a lot leading into the second quarter or second half?
Well, Egan needs to make their shots. They haven't made a single shot yet. They need to start hitting the net because every single time Lincoln's win these rebounds and they're going down the court. Egan simply needs to score.
I think that Conwell Egan needs to start setting screens because this team have very good man defense on Conwell Egan at the moment. And if we start setting screens, passes start opening up for Conwell Egan to start putting some points up.
There's another one that goes out there. It's 3-1 right now with Lincoln on top as Egan was able to make one of their free throw attempts. We will see a foul there, so we will see Lincoln try to add themselves with a little bit of distance between this Eagles team. That one makes its way in. It is now 4-1. Second attempt now, and 1 for 2 is Lincoln on their shots there. Moore with the ball. Now he's going to slow down as he dances across the center court line. Gives it off to Velez. He'll try to push to the paint area, and then it's given off to Bob. Bob looking. He lays one up, and there you go. Egan gets their first 2 here tonight. 4-3 now, exactly 5 minutes to go. Lincoln moving up with it now the other way. They're going to send it over to the far side. They're going to then dish it into the corner, and they blocked there by Bob, but in doing so is a foul. And that basket will not count, as we'll see 2 attempts here. Six to 3 now with 4:50 to go. It's right in the corner of Zaleski with it. Zaleski gives it back off to Martin out in front. Martin hands it off to Bob. Bob with the only basket so far in this game for the Eagles. He's looking, gives it right back off to Martin. Martin takes a shot for just inside the arc, and he'll put up 2, and Egan trailing by 1. 4:30 to go here. This one ball over to the far side. Holding there is Lincoln as they give direction. Bring it over just in front of the Egan bench and then give it right back as they'll play a game of catch. Holding and then just tossing that one lightly along and then eventually looped into the far away and then a long shot that's going to go off the basket and Moore having trouble controlling, but he erases any damage that's done. Moore with the ball now. Moore hands off to Martin. Martin into the corner of Zaleski. Zaleski stumbles and it'll be done on a foul and not what the Lincoln team was looking. So we'll see another attempt here for the Conwell Egan to gain control in their own end. They're going to send this one in long. Velez has to step up to prevent that one from being intercepted. Miles Moore gives it back to Zaleski. Velez directing into the far side, but then Martin's going to move just slightly, and he's not going to be able to gain control of that hard pass. This one up and down, and it seems like Conwell Egan right now, guys, having a little bit of trouble on connecting with these passes.
Egan's just throwing the ball. They need to find the open man. They can't keep throwing it right into Lincoln's hands.
Coming off of what Patrick said, Conwell Egan's not doing good on the passes at the moment. They're just trying to forcing it in there. They're not giving their team any time to just shoot a regular shot. They're trying to go for hard shots.
And there's another interception there. And Dante, as you stand down there on the court side, this is the largest crowd that this Eagles team has played in front of so far this year. They're loud. Are they affecting their gameplay at this point, or is it just a bit of sloppy play that they'll get used to and fix before the start of the second quarter?
The energy early here is pretty. As you can see, the crowd is almost full, and it's really just showing. They've had a few chants going, and yeah.
All right, thank you, Dante. And another 2 attempts here. That ball around the rim and in, so tied up at 6. 2 minutes in between the first and second quarter as we will invite John Cordisco up to the broadcast booth. Our student broadcasters have a few questions for him, and we're going to thank him for his time and giving them this opportunity. 3:08 now, tie game at 6, so a brand new basketball game and another whistle. This one against Lincoln. Lincoln shaking their heads in disbelief as they thought it was going to go the other way.
His first team is over the limit.
It will be Martin that's going to take the 2 shots. Martin holding the ball there. He sends this one up, and that one's all net, and Egan will take their first lead of this basketball game. Second attempt, and 1 for 2 goes Egan again, and these missed opportunities could hurt them later on in this basketball game. Lincoln with it now in the corner. They fake a shot. They're going to move into the paint area. They get down low. They send one up. It's not going to go, and then it's intercepted and brought back down the other way. Giving off to the hands there of Bob. Bob floats one up that won't go, and then able to grab it is George. George gives it to Martin. Martin over to Velez. Velez gives it right back to George on the near way just in front of the Lincoln bench. George hands it off to Miles Moore. Moore looking, has it tipped along, but George is able to get a handle on it, floats one up. That doesn't go, and another whistle here.
Already with 6 fouls on Lincoln, these referees are calling a lot. So Egan and Lincoln both have to be careful with what they're doing to the other players because it's starting to become detrimental for Lincoln.
There's the first attempt there, and again, all net, 8-6.
21, Tristan Hall, replacing 22, Javier Russell. Jordan Line shooting another.
Second attempt now for Conwell Egan. Can they go up by 3? And they will. It is now 9-6 with 2:32 to go. Justin Bob will get a breather as Lincoln moves out with it. 2:22. Here's a shot from just outside the arc. It bounces around and then into the hands there of Miles Moore. Moore moving up with it quickly. Moore rushing towards the net. Floats one up, and it's going to go out, and that one off of Johnson, Tyler Johnson. Lincoln holding on to the ball now with 2:08 to go. Lincoln with it now. Lincoln sending it over into the corner. They take a long three. That bounces around. There's Conwell Egan with it. Conwell Egan floats one up, puts off the outside of the rim, and then into the men in black. There's a shot that comes off pretty far out, and it's not going to go again. Down to the final 90 seconds of this first quarter. This one in the corner. Miles Moore with it. Moore looking, gets his shot off, and he's not able to do so again. And this time showing frustration as Velez floats one up, and a timeout called there by Coach Tate with 1:18 to go. Guys, so you don't make your shots. You guys are both sports players. We got a soccer player in the booth. We got a football player. We got a lacrosse star. You don't make your shots. You don't do what you're supposed to do. Can you show frustration like that down there either on the field or on the court?
No, you can't, because frustration ruins games. Myself, if I start showing frustration in a game, I start playing terribly, and most of the time you can't get out of it. You have to keep a straight face and keep playing no matter what happens.
Yeah, when you show frustration, the other team tries to get in your head, make it worse, and you can't get out of it. So that's why I don't show emotion when I'm playing sports. I have to, even if I do show emotion, I make a way to show myself and then do better next play.
Well, how do you dig yourself out? So you show emotion, you see that you're showing emotion. How do you dig yourself out of that emotion so that you can continue to perform better?
For me, I just don't even think about it, move on. But sometimes it's hard, so I just look at like my teammates to help me out, keep me up on the field, and I find a way how to play through it.
I really just need a morale boost, like maybe hitting a good pass or even scoring a goal. Then if you start building up the good things, then the bad things go away.
Definitely, and building up those good things, not only for yourself, but getting your team around you too. That full support, like you said, Patrick, that morale boost, it really allows you to not only benefit yourself, benefit your own game, but benefit your team as well. Down to the final 1 minute and 15 seconds. Egan on top right now, 11-6. Lincoln with the ball now. Lincoln holding, dancing on the right side. He'll drop it off right in front of the C there in the CEC. Holding, they take a shot that misses the net completely, and that allows Egan to move back up with it. That pass just a bit too far ahead of Martin. Martin gets it back after he passed it along to George, and his three attempt does not go, and another whistle here. Dante, we're down to the final 46 seconds. We were just talking about the frustration level of players up here. We see that frustration level coming from Miles Moore. Do you see anything else down there that may cause a little bit of concern leading into the second quarter?
I don't know. People are just getting frustrated, and they really just got to relax. And then when they call a timeout or when they're at the free throw line, they just got to reboot, you know? Start.
Thank you, Dante. (13-6) now with 45 seconds to go. Down to 42 now as Lincoln has control of the ball as they just enter over the half-court mark. Let's bring it back over to the near way now. Conwell Egan needs to start playing a little bit tighter defense. Lincoln have easy opportunities right now to move this ball around, and we see a whistle with 27 seconds to go.
Personal foul charge to the 10, Tyler Johnson, his first team foul.
Lincoln with it. Lincoln holding on to the ball there. They're going to try to run this clock out at the end of the quarter and go in and create a different game plan real quick. This one's sent over to the far side. They fake a shot. They give it right back off out in center court. Sent over to the far way again. They're calling for it in the paint area, but Lincoln not electing to go there as they keep playing catch. And then this one sent from outside the arc. That's way off the mark as this buzzer was about to run out with 2 seconds to go. But a whistle is going to stop the clock. This foul will go against Antoine George, the 4th foul for Conwell Egan in this half, the 5th foul for Lincoln High School. Drop this one off, and there's a throw and the buzzer. We'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. When we come back, we'll have John Corditsko in the booth with us. All right, back here at Conwell Egan High School at the John Corditsko Gym, 7:49, 13-6 right now. Coach Tate becoming increasingly upset as at his players at the moment. Lincoln with the ball now. Lincoln holding, looking to dance in. Lincoln sends one up. That's going to go off the rims and then into the hands there of Kyle Zawetsky. Zawetsky moving up with the ball now. He's going to drop it off. He gives it off now to the near side of Johnson. Johnson holding and then dances its way to George. Zawetsky with it now. Zawetsky holding. And get it right back off now to Johnson. Johnson rushing towards the net. He's blocked this. Miles Moore with the ball now. Moore going to give it off to George. George holding, pushes it in the corner to Johnson. Johnson takes a long shot out. That bounces off the rim and into the Lincoln hands. Lincoln going to move up now with it the other way. Lincoln holding and waiting to fire this one as they're blocked out all from front, and that one goes up. And a whistle blown. So we're joined in the booth with John Cordisco, the man of the hour. This gym is now dedicated for the class of 1973. Thank you for joining us. All right. And so you come back to Conwell Egan, you have this opportunity to continue to donate money to a school that you graduated from. Why is it important for you to give back to the kids of this generation?
Well, yes, I have this taught to me early in life, Catholic school, much respected. So, I always felt connected to the school, and the class of '73 that embraced me when I got here, and the teachers that were here just left that mark on me that said, you got to make sure this thing survives. So I got engaged when they were trying to close the school. We made our case down with the archdiocese with really talented people and made our case and stayed open. So from that moment on, it was like, okay, you guys don't think we're going to succeed. We're going to show you we are. And so they met everybody doing what they can and committing to whatever level they can. And thank God, fortunate enough to be able to do it.
So you obviously went to school here when it was all boys. These two get to go here when it's co-ed. How do you think that might be a little bit different compared to now?
Less distraction.
That's true. I'm product of both North Catholic and Father Judge. I was at North when they closed and then I transferred to Judge, so it was definitely less distraction.
Yeah.
So Mr. Cordisco, what was the main motivation behind creating your two special needs parks and your summer camp?
The parks themselves, well, my grandson, he's the oldest, was born with only 1 pound and 11 ounces, and you can fit him on my hand. And later diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And it would happen to be like one summer, and there wasn't a camp or a place to be able to have him enjoy the summer. So as a result of it, I said, well, if there's not one, I'll go create one. We got support from a lot of the building trades, the unions in the area. At that point in time, the state senator and the governor. And we took it on. And, the first one was such a success, we decided to do another one. And we created like a summer camp program, which I think was probably one of the greatest thrills of my life, to see those kids, really come in and enjoy a full day and be excited about what the day is going to bring for them, and the parents feeling like somebody else really understands our situation and cares. My grandson just graduated recently from Temple. He's a great kid. He's working over at the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority, kind of all the tech and stuff. So, like I said earlier today, there are no impossible dreams. Everything's possible. Sometimes it just needs a little helping hand.
So, Mr. Cordisco, you have been recognized from the United Vietnam organization. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's interesting. The veterans from Levittown in this area came to me. I was elected to the House of Representatives. I was, I think, 23, 24 years old. I was youngest there. And they said, listen, we have this situation with Vietnam veterans not being able to get the proper health care. We need your help. So, I got involved with it. I actually went to Texas to see what they did in their legislation, and saw that I think we could change it a little bit, make it somewhat more effective, where the hospitals would share information. So when someone came with Agent Orange, they'd be knowledgeable enough to be able to treat them. Believe it or not, I introduced that legislation in 1983. It's still going today. That institution is still there today. I went on to spearhead building a third veterans home in Pennsylvania. And just recently, I was appointed by the President of the United States, presidential appointment to a commission for the preservation of American heritage abroad, which was a preservation of a lot of military sites from World War I and World War II. So it kind of stayed with me most of my life, even though I I think I was a Cub Scout for about a month.
Thank you. Right now it's 15-14 with Egan still on top with 3:55 to go. Mr. Cordisco, one more question before you leave. Obviously, when you were in high school, probably didn't picture your life going the way it did. What would be some of your advice for these high school students now on what they could expect from life and what may or may not surprise them?
Well, you want to try to make sure that you're looking where you want to be, where do you want to go. Things are going to change. When you go to college, you may change your major 2, 3, 4 times before it's all said and done. When you go out into the workforce, you may change your job 2, 3 times. You want to have that flexibility, but a goal. When I came to Conwell, with Bishop Egan at the time, Billing and the rest know the story. I worked in a factory 4 to 12 every day. When I was in 11th, 12th grade to pay my tuition. Nobody did that until I was nominated to the Hall of Fame in Billings Field. Spilled the beans and said, because I was ashamed that we didn't have the money to do it. But, I think the key piece is enjoy your time in school. You're going to make friends. Those things are as important as whatever you're going to look at academically. Obviously, your grades are going to be important depending on where it is you want to go and what it is you want to study. Even when you get to college, the key is don't make a big mistake that you can't overcome. Enjoy your time, but be responsible with it, because it could come back to bite you, and that would be a tragedy. Because life's difficult enough in and of itself, but to have to climb a mountain on top of that and overcome some of the things that you may have wished you didn't do makes it far more difficult. Life can be not nice at times, and you have to just accept that. But it's tough for you guys probably to understand it today. Someday you're saying, I had that conversation with Mr. Cordisco, and damn it, he was right. This thing is not going to be an easy ride, but enjoy your time, because life goes by very quick, and you're only going to get this chance one time. And the friends that you make here, hopefully you'll be as fortunate as me that you'll have for life. Because when times get bad, they're the people that you look to.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. And I'm sure we'll see you again.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. All the best.
Mr. Nolley's got All right, and another entertaining experience for the guys as CEC is up 20-15 now. We've got Mr. Missinelli in the booth with us now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. This is fantastic, man. You guys have a really nice setup here. This is something that this experience you guys are getting doing this is fantastic. So keep doing it.
Thank you. So we're looking at all these Philly rumors right now. What do you think's going to happen?
The Eagles look good. Okay, we see they're going to beat the Steelers on Sunday. Sixers, I have no idea. I don't even know if Embiid's playing tonight. Do we know if he played tonight? I have no idea what's going on with that team. The Phillies look like they're not going to make a trade. So same thing next year. They're running it back. We'll see how it works. And the Flyers are hot. Right? You guys Flyers fans?
Yeah,
right.
a little bit. First got you started in broadcasting.
I actually started as a writer. So my point is, anything you do in journalism or broadcasting or communications is going to help you. I started as a writer. I was a writer, news writer and sports writer for the Inquirer for many years. And then radio just kind of evolved from that. None of us really expected to go into radio, but when they started Sports Talk Radio, they thought we would be really good at it. So we all took a chance and it kind of blew up. So that's how it worked. But when you know how to write, and I tell people this all the time, if you know how to write, you can do anything in this business. So pay attention in English class. Read as much as you can. Read books, newspaper, whatever, the websites. Keep that in your brain.
What do you ask? I didn't hear him.
Yes, what got started at broadcasting.
What inspired you to do all this?
I don't know. I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I got into college. I was a baseball player in college, but I knew I could write, and I knew I loved the English language. And so I figured I could really write well about sports as I played it. And I remember the days we played Bishop Egan in high school. So we smoked them, by the way. No, we didn't smoke them. It was good. They had a good game that year, a good team that year. But Bristol has always had a good basketball tradition. That's where we're all from. So I got to college. I went to Penn State. When I got out, I got a job in a newspaper right away, and that started my career. It was really helpful to write and to edit and to make headlines and all that kind of stuff. So I got really well versed in the whole field.
Thank you.
So obviously, we won't be respectful of your time. So the media industry is changing. Obviously, we get to do this now. It was a couple months ago that I was broadcasting games at home, but the game was really going on in Canada. So what advice would you have to maybe one of these young men here who want to get involved in broadcasting?
I think that the field has really opened up because you can start your own stuff now. You can do your own podcast, you can do your own blog and stuff like that. We were always at the mercy of getting hired by somebody, and there were really two entities. There was newspapers, there was radio, and three entities, and TV. But now I think the field is wide open. So even if you start your own thing, you guys can build that into something. You always have the opportunity to do your own thing. I think that's where it's changed, but I think it benefits all you guys. So keep doing what you're doing. It'll lead to something good. And hang in there. A lot of people, they want to make a lot of money right away. Don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the game. It's a good one.
The shot that's called there by Miles that finds its way in. It's 26-15. And that is how we'll end the quarter as that one's wide. So great half. Great interview for you guys. So what do you say? I told you all the time, expect the unexpected. What do you think? Expect the unexpected. You got to talk to two great guys today. John Kordinsko, who the gym was dedicated to. Mike Missinelli, who I'm sure you guys probably never even heard of a day in your life, but it's on radio. All right, so what do you guys think?
I think it was a pretty good experience learning about someone who actually works in the field. And it was also a great experience, like talking to someone who went to this high school years ago and his experience.
Yeah, coming off of what Patrick said, it's basically the same thing. It was so cool how I got to talk to another broadcaster that does it for higher standards and does it like bigger and better. And talking to someone that went to the school and how much he's done for the school is really cool for a sophomore like me.
Well, it definitely is, and we're going to take a quick break here and give us a few minutes now as we transition to get our intermission team ready here on your Eagle Eye Network.
Welcome to the Eagle Eye Network halftime show. This has been an eventful first half, with the score being 26-15 us. So, Shane, what things do you think Egan needs to improve on?
So I think we need to see more passes connected. We've seen from this Egan team some passes around the arc that have not connected, and we've seen a lot of turnovers from the offense.
Yeah, like Shane, I agree with that. I think they have to pass the ball harder and take better shots. We're not taking the shots that we should be, and some of them are highly contested when a man is wide open in the corner.
I think gotta improve on our shooting because we missed tons and tons of shots there. I think they gotta improve on their ball handling. They've been turning over the ball, and I feel like they can improve that.
They just need to keep their hands on the ball, so Lincoln isn't able to take it easily. Shane, what good things have Egan been doing?
So we've seen some good defense from the Egan team, only holding them to 15 points so far this first half. So, we've seen some good defense, and we just want to keep that up for the rest of the game to secure this W.
Yeah, I think that was very good. I feel like we had the right idea on some of them, but like we had to find that extra pass and we had to take better shots. But overall, I think we're playing pretty well.
I think we just have to improve on just getting the ball up there and keeping it because we had lots and lots of turnovers and we just stopped that. Yeah, I think we can improve on passing and just stop turning it over. And, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Um, they are like doing really good on their shoot. Uh, okay, Shane. What what things are you most excited for to see in that second half?
In the second half, I do want to see some better defense since they have been working very well on that so far. But what I'm most excited for is to see some better passing around the arc and just find that one open man so they can get an open shot and get an easy 3 or 2 points to extend this lead from 26 to 15.
Yeah, I think what they can do, and I'm excited this for, I think they should get some new subs in for some fresh legs so they can move faster, shoot better shots, work harder. I feel like that would help them succeed in the second half.
I just want to see them keep this a low-point lead, see what they can do. Maybe put some shots in. I want to see them take it away. Improve their record.
Um, I'm excited to see how their talk in the locker room will help them get more points and get a bigger lead on Lincoln. So this was the CEC Eagle Eye Network halftime show. Back to you, Doc.
Back here on your Eagle Eye Network, it is 26-15 with Egan on top. So a close game right now, guys. What do these two teams need to do to either continue to hold the lead or gain the lead, respectively?
What I think Egan needs to do is Egan could just keep doing what they're doing. They just need to keep going to the court. Going to the arc and shooting the ball and hitting the paint and shooting the ball. And Lincoln gets real frustrated when something happens that isn't supposed to. So I feel like Lincoln needs to channel that down.
Conwell Egan needs to play the better defense on people because Lincoln's getting good shots off, but they're just not going in. Lincoln needs to stop getting in their heads because at the moment they're not making any shots, and that's causing them to get in their heads and start arguing with each other.
All right, so 7:46 to go here. Lincoln win control of the ball. They drop it off. And getting right back now as they're going to continue to play a game of catch. Holding and trying to find an open lane that they're struggling to do right now. Here's a shot that's going to come from outside the arc, and it finds its way in. So a disappointing start for Conwell Egan right now if you're looking at that as they allowed Egan to score, or as they allowed Lincoln to score 3, but then they come right back to throw 2 up, and it's 28-18, a 10-point lead. This one dropped off for Lincoln. Lincoln getting it right back now. Lincoln rushing towards the net. Faking it, dropping it off, fires that one off. That's off the rim, and drop back out. Zaletsky with it now. Zaletsky holding, and then eventually trying to dance out of danger and drop back off there to Justin Bob. Bob gives it off to Velez. Velez gives it right back off to Zaletsky, who gives it back off to Bob again. Bob tries to get it off to Miles Moore, but Moore is still struggling here to get a handle on the ball. This one is a short layup that's blocked aside there. That's going to allow Lincoln to move up with it the other way. Lincoln in control. They send it over to the far side near the crowd. They hold, examining and waiting as they're going to rush towards the net. They spin, and then a foul and one here.
Not a promising start for Kyle Wigan in his third quarter. Lincoln has practically taken control of the game right here with the and one right now. Egan needs to start picking it up on defense, or this game could get out of hand.
Definitely could get ugly quick with the way that Lincoln is moving the ball here in the third quarter. They get 3 there, so that makes it just like that, a 28-21 game. This one rolled along now past the head, and then getting right back off to Martin as he rushes towards the net, drops it off outside the paint, and they can't handle with 6:10 to go. Dante, so a bit of sloppy play going on down there now. How do these two teams tighten it up to gain the momentum and the advantage in this game?
Well, the crowd has been a big factor in this game. Every time Lincoln makes a shot, even though away, the crowd goes crazy. And yeah, it's really it.
So the crowd definitely playing a huge factor in this one, with Egan able to hold just a 7-point lead right now with 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Rushing along with it there is Lincoln. They drop it off on the far side. They're going to bring it back out the arc, staying on the Eagle head now as they look to dance in further. Bring it over to the near way, and then they're going to fake a shot that's going to come out of the 3 and then go inside the arc and then bring this one back up 28-23. And Conwell Egan needs to figure this out quickly as another interception there now puts them within 3 and a timeout called. A big timeout here, guys. What is your message to this team during this timeout?
My message would be to pick it up. You guys need to pick it up right now. The Lincoln just walked all over Egan. Egan just let them go. Just even on a simple inbound play, Lincoln stole the ball. Egan has just been playing sloppy since he came out from the halftime. They need to pick it up.
Yeah, Egan has been playing like they think that this team's easy and not trying the hardest when actually this team's actually battling back, and they're, in my case, this is an underdog team battling Conwell Egan right at the moment.
Definitely an underdog team right now, a team that was not expected to come in here and win today, but rather just give this Egan team a little bit of a challenge. But they have shown right now that they are the team to beat, down by 3 with 5:16 to go. George takes the inbound, giving off to Velez now. Velez sends it off to Miles Moore. Moore takes a shot, and there it is. 30-25 now. Egan goes back up by 5. Lincoln holding the ball. Velez goes down, and they're going to say that the foul goes against Lincoln, and Lincoln's bench not happy at all. So it'll be George that's going to take the inbound now. George finds an open lane there to Kyle Zaletsky. Zaletsky sends it over to Velez. That was Cole Zaletsky, rather. Velez sends it over to the far side there to Miles Moore. Moore looking. He's going to slow this play down as the men in black were having an opportunity to take away a lot of room for this Eagles team. And then we see a whistle, and we'll see a walk. A traveling call there. Lincoln with control now. 4:35 to go. This one sent over to the far way. It's right outside the arc as Lincoln has been kind of floating around that area here in this third quarter. They lay this one up. That does not go. It's into the hands of Bob, and then Bob hands it off to George. It gives it off to Moore. Moore to Velez. Velez throws one up, and a foul call with 4:15 to go.
Personal foul charged to 22, Russell. That is his third, and the team's second.
2 fouls for Lincoln in this second half, 1 for Conwell Egan. (31-25) as that one connects. So we saw Conwell Egan miss a lot of these free throws in the beginning. Is that going to be a potential thing that's going to come back to hurt them in the end?
Yeah, foul shots always do hurt in the end. You've got to make them. They're one of the most important aspects of the game.
That is his fourth personal foul.
Right, coming off of what Patrick said, these small little points can change the game at by a lot. Like you can be down by 1 point, and that other point you could have made could have won you the game.
And especially in a game of basketball where every little point matters. 4:09, another whistle. Egan will get possession here. This one tipped ahead, but Lincoln's still able to gain control. This one sent out in front. There's a shot that goes off the backboard and then eventually out on Lincoln. So it's sent over to the far way. Getting back to Zaletsky. Zaletsky gives it off to Velez. Velez rushing towards the net now. He lays one up, but can't quite get it towards the basket. It's brought over to the near side now. Here's a long ball that comes way just outside the arc. That bounces on the rim and around and allows Miles Moore to come back out with it the other way. Here's a long 3 attempt. That's going to hit off the outside of the rim and fall back down. This one into the corner again. Another three, and that one's off the inside part of the rim as Egan's having a hard time getting these triples down. Lincoln moving up with it. Lincoln's rushing towards the net. They have it down the paint area. They lay one up, and that finds its way home. There's another one that goes off the hands of Justin Bob. Frustration by Cole Zaletsky as he said he was open in the back, and he very well was. As we have another layup there, and Lincoln crawling themselves back into this game again.
Basing off Zalesky's madness, it's very justified. The last few plays, he's been wide open, and these Egan players have not been looking to pass him. They need to open their eyes and pass it to the open man.
All right, at this time, we would like to congratulate our. Oh, well, wait a second here. We thought it was going to be a timeout, but they elected to continue. Fixing the clock to 2:23. That's what the stoppage was. It was at 2:26. On the next timeout, we will congratulate our head football coach. There's a ball that floats its way towards the net and into the hands there of George. George moving up with it. He sends it over to Moore. Moore takes a three attempt that finds its way home. It's 34-29. It's a ball on the near side. That one just outside the arc. It's not going to go. The rebound attempt is left there. That will make its way. So it's two there. 34-31, a three-point game after Conwell Egan came in to the second half up by 10. Dante, this Egan team came in up by 10. They're now only up by 3. They need to lock in, and they need to lock in fast. What's your advice for them right now?
Like I said earlier, they need to take their time with these shots. The momentum is here. They're trying to fight back and getting the score closer and closer, but then Eden goes on a run and then just ruins it.
Let's hope you're right. 34-31, 1:44 to go here in this third quarter. It's going to be Braden Martin taking the inbound over here. And we're having another issue with the clock. Looks like it's fixed now. We're ready to go. Ball sent in. Here comes Cole Zaletsky now. Zaletsky, who is frustrated, throws one up towards the net. He's fouled on the way. It does not go, but he will get 2 attempts here. A very close game.
Cole Zalesky is having a little. He's getting angry because he's not been getting the ball enough for this game. He's wide open in the corner every time, and they're not giving him the ball. So I thought that may have been like a little angry shot just to try to get a point up on the board.
And does it surprise you that he's not getting the ball this game? I mean, the last 2 games, he's gotten the ball a lot. Is it a little surprising that we're not seeing him gain possession a little bit more, especially in the second half?
Yeah, it is a little surprising because if I were the coach of this team, I want to give Cole Zalesky the ball because of what he did last game, making all the shots, passing the ball to his teammates. He's a team player. He's not a ball hog. He loves his team. He spreads the ball around, and he's just a good player in general.
With just under 90 seconds to go, it's 37-34 now. 5 fouls for Lincoln, 1 for Conwell Egan. That one floated towards the net, and they foul. This one going to go on Lincoln High School. Coach Tate telling Johnson to go get the ball. It was there for him a few times, but he just did not make the attempt.
22, Isaiah Johnson, Martin Hill, shooter.
So every time at this point that Lincoln fouls, Egan will get a shot. One for two there, so Egan up by 4. This ball sent over to the far way. Egan playing a little bit of open defense here. This one sent from a long way out. That's not going to go, and then eventually out on Lincoln.
Placing 33, Varsity.
Martin Holden sends it over to the far side. Running up the far court, there is George. George going to give it off to Moore. Moore takes a shot on down low. That's going to hit off the outside of the rim and then in the hands of Martin. Giving right back to Moore, though. Moore looking for an open slot. He sends it over to Johnson in the paint, who makes its way in. And it is 40-34 with 44 seconds to go here in this third quarter. That one goes off and finds its way in at 40-36 now with 30 seconds to go. Only is sending it ahead there. That pass just a little too hard and out of the reach there of Johnson, who's not able to get a handle on that one. That'll stop the clock with 24.4 seconds to go. Holding there is Lincoln. Lincoln trying to run this clock down. It's down to 5. The crowd's counting down for them. There's a throw. A tip that's going to get towards the net. And that is how we will end this third quarter. At this time, we would like to congratulate head coach Techman as he has retired from Conwell Egan High School as his head football coach, as their head football coach. As you could see, he was their coach from 2011 to 2024, making 8 playoff appearances, winning 3 districts and 12 different championships, along with 2 city championships as well. This is going to be a great loss for our school, and in doing so, we are going to lose one of the best. So, guys, he's leaving. He's going on. He's going to enjoy some retirement. Chris, we know you played underneath him. How impactful is a coach like Coach Techman or a teacher that has truly inspired you on you as a teenager who's still learning the ropes in different ways?
Yeah, Coach Techman definitely helped us out all the time. He inspired us to keep doing stuff. He actually encouraged me to stay playing football after he retired yesterday, and said everything's going to be okay, and told me to just keep my head up, and he's not going to be gone for a while. A teacher that impacts me a lot is probably Dr. Connard. He's always trying to help out, making sure we're okay. And he's telling us to stay what we're doing, telling us to join clubs, and trying to get us into a rhythm of being calm and playing a lot of sports.
Yeah, Coach Techman. I have never played football, but a lot of my family has, and a lot of them have played under Coach Techman. And from what I've heard, he's an amazing person, and he helps all of his players reach their max potential. And someone who's inspired me a lot, I would say Mr. Connor, but I want to give some variation, is my shout out my soccer coach, Coach Hayden. He's always been there for me. He's helped me become a way better player. He moved my position and helped me start, and he helped me play high school soccer.
Well, thank you for the shout out. I didn't really need it, but it's okay. Dante, how influential or how impactful is a influential teacher or coach on a high school student's life?
Very impactful. a teacher or a coach could change their students' life by getting them into sports or helping them keep up their grades.
Thank you. And yes, getting you into sports, getting you interested in something different is definitely something that you guys not only remember a couple weeks later, but in years from now. So 7:28 to go. It's 42-36 with Egan on top. Hey, a shot that goes off and it finds its way in. So 43-36 now. Lincoln moving up with the ball now. They hold it. They just cross the center court line. They're waiting. They fire this one into the corner. Brought right back out now. Trying to get into the paint area, but they're blocked aside there by Moore, and they'll say on the foul. First here, the fourth quarter for Egan. That one in the paint area lays its way up, and it's 43-38 now. We can expect this one really to come down to the buzzer. That's what's settled on to Martin. Martin gives it off to Moore. Moore going to rush towards the net, but then he drops it off in the open area to Johnson. And Johnson finds its way in. It's 45-38 now. So dropped off to the far side. Looking, waiting, and holding there. What about now the near way? They saw it just outside the arc to move into the paint. Now Jared Velez practically steals that one right out of the hand. There's a one that goes through. After that one, 6-19, 47-38, the crowd goes wild, and that's going to force Lincoln to figure something out. They get a couple of players off the bench, sub them in, and they still got a few more waiting. Lincoln holding it down, 6:15 to go. They fake a shot towards the net. They do it again, try to get into the paint area. They lay this one up, and a foul called.
Personal foul 13 Antoine George. Second team second. 21 Tristan Hall at the line, shooting 2.
So let's get with it now. Gives it all to Velez. Velez gives it right back to him. He's coaching Velez up into the paint area. Velez is going to get there, but he's forced into the corner. It's great defense there by Lincoln to force him from getting any closer to the net. And switch out to the corner. Cole fakes one towards the net. Does it again. Gives it off to Velez, and Velez is just going to direct traffic. Velez brings out the corner. That one coming just outside the arc there, but it's not going to go. But it is in the hands of the Eagles. And then a foul there. And this one is on Lincoln. Some drop back off. Les sends it further, and a traveling violation here.
Substitute game for Eagles 4 miles more. Substitute game for the Red Splitters 11 Mohammed.
Blocked there by Justin Baum. And that ball just floated up. Zaleski not sure where it went. A little miscommunication there by the Eagles. It is George with it. George looking, he's holding, trying to direct traffic. Dances out of danger. Sent this one in the corner to Zaleski, who was ready for that one this time. And a chop from downtown is not going to go with 4:55 to go. Here's Lincoln with it. Lincoln holding, lays this one up, but then are forced into the corner. That shot not going to find its way, but a chance for a rebound as they push towards the net again. That one blocked this side, and this one set ahead. Cole Zaleski with it. Zaleski sends one up, and it's 49-39, and the Eagles finally go back up by 10 here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, those were some pretty cool plays by Conwell Egan. The dunk and the play Cole just made. It's shaping out to be a really fun game.
Right. Cole Zaleski is doing really good at the moment. He had a really good leg to draw the defender off him and just put it up. Antoine George got an amazing dunk passed by Jared Velez, and this game is looking way more fun than it did before when the game was going on in the middle.
It's definitely a lot of fun and more entertaining than some of our other games, even though our last one was close, but this one having a little bit more action at the current moment. 4 minutes to go here. There's another whistle and another foul with 3:53 to go. $49-40 right now. Lincoln trying to make this one within 8, and they are able to do so. And Jared Velez is going to come in. It's going to take Brayden Martin off. And George with the inbound. This one given off there to Moore, but Moore finds himself in danger and has to get it back off to George. They're going to play catch, though. This ball laid up and finds its way in 51-41. And is it safe to say that Miles Moore has found his groove again?
Yes, it is. He's been playing pretty good today. He's had a lot of shots and a lot of them gone in. He's moving down the court nicely, and he has a smile on his face.
Like I said earlier in the game, Miles is the type of player, if he does bad, he stays in that rhythm of not doing good. But then when he gets on that little strength of playing like really good, he keeps on that pace and he's harder to be stopped.
Definitely hard to be stopped, and it seems like his team has built themselves around him as they continue to fire balls towards the net down at the end there, while they're just not making their way in. This one sent over into the corner now, brought near side, just in front of Lincoln bench. They're going to lose the ball down in the paint area and then gather it right back, fire this one up, and then a lot of a sloppy play underneath the net with 2:51 to go. And this one fired up to Velez. Velez pushing towards the net. Standing back outside the arc, drops it off, but trying to get it to Zaleski, but it's interception there. It is Lincoln moving. Lincoln fires it up. They hit it off the side of the backboard, and then their rebound does find its way in. It's 51-45. Another interception there, but that one's not going to matter. Here's Moore with it. Moore rushing towards the net. Flips this one up. It's just not going to go. This one flipped towards the net again, and it is intercepted there by Egan. More to the net, but that one's not going to go. And no call. Dante, we see that one down at the other end. The Father Judge bench wanted a call. You're a lot closer than we are. What did you think on that play?
That was crazy. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it wasn't going in, but then it like bounced back in. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Should have been a foul there at the other end of the court, or no?
Nah, that was the game. Probably.
1:48 to go. Dante doing a great job there down on the side. My co-broadcasters up here just told me I said Father Judge. I apologize. Conwell Egan messes me up a little bit. I was the play-by-play broadcaster for Judge. Coach Tate was the coach when I was there. That's why it keeps happening. We'll get used to it. It's okay. Just wondering why Dante looked at me that way. 1:48 to go, 53-45 our score. 4 fouls for Egan, 3 for Lincoln. See, I got it that time. We're good. We think, guys, down to the final 1 minute, 48 seconds. What's going to happen? It's going to be like a buzzer beater. We're going to do.
A buzzer beater would be interesting, but I'd like to have Conwell and keep this lead.
So
unless they win.
What I would like to see, this might be a little like harsh, but I want them to come back and then a buzzer shot to bring us into overtime. I would be really cool to see it, but obviously I want Conwell Egan to win this thing, and I think it's not going to happen. Egan's just going to hold this lead for the rest of the game.
With a shot like that, maybe 53-48 now, and another misplay there. And a foul called. Coach Tate can't believe it. Javi Velez can't believe it. The rest of the Egan bench can't believe it. And neither can we if the referees had to confer with each other to see what it actually is. So it's pretty bad when you had to get with the other official to figure out what the foul is and where you're placing the ball.
Yeah, it definitely is, because you don't know, like, it could be anything. The both refs could get a different call, and that's why it's like a big talk about like what it could have been, and that's why it could have been a bad foul.
An opportunity for Lincoln to crawl themselves back into this one again, down by a few. Velez, though, going to get the ball now. Nice interception there. He's going to dance out of danger. We've got another whistle. It's probably going to be no traveling violation, as it did look like that for a minute, but a timeout for Coach Tate.
30-second timeout called by the Eagles head coach.
We'll send it down to Dante one final time on court side in this game. Dante, what do you think of today's overall performance, and what do you think we can expect going into the rest of the season?
Our performance was good, but we need to stop rushing shots and taking more time. Our press break was pretty good. You could really where I am, you can really see how intense it is.
Thank you, Dante. And Dante will be back on courtside next week. We'll also get a chance in color commentary as we have back-to-back games. On those 6 here, dropping it off back behind the play, there is George. George holding the ball, looking for an open lane. Egan going to try to run this clock out as much as they possibly can. They're going to force Lincoln to rush them, and Lincoln's doing so. Giving off the bomb. Bomb gets a shot up, finds its way in 55-48. This one sent over the far way now. Giving right back out now in front. Looking to get it there is Lincoln. They gather 34 seconds to go. They're looking to get a shot off from a long way out. They drop it off back behind the play, bring it over just in front of their own bench. Now they got to be forced inside the paint. They lay one up that finds its way in, 55-50. And now a timeout, Lincoln. Okay, with 20 seconds to go. Might have been a little home court advantage there as the whistle blew. The clock went down a little bit faster. We'll see if they adjust it. It's okay. Uh-oh.
Game clock will be reset to 23.5 seconds.
Probably not the best time to do so here, but we lost communication with the camera. So we will get our alternative one up from high in the broadcast booth, a different angle there for you.
Full timeout call by the Lincoln head coach.
As we have a full time out here.
Just look at the different communication these coaches are giving on each team. We have Lincoln's coach giving them like a good pep talk and telling them like what to do with this little time left because they still have a shot at this game. And we have Conwell Egan coach telling them to keep the ball, probably just looking, pass the ball around, run this clock out because they need to get this win on the season.
They definitely want to kind of run the ball out and get the win on the season here. Miles Moore with it now. Moore going to move up with it. And another whistle. The clock did not start this time as we are once again having issues with the clock. And it does not seem to be the clock scorer stuck at this point. So our remote down there at the scorer's table is not working. Coach Tate giving directions. A lot of confusion going on down there right now. I know the camera stopped working, but this isn't a bad view that you get from up here. Brayden Martin sends this one in, and wow. Lincoln playing a little dirty here at the end. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that Lincoln's starting to get in their heads and starting to take their anger out on Conwell Egan at this point. Their coach was yelling at them, getting in their heads, and I don't think they like that. So they're trying to take out their anger on Conwell Egan at the moment.
Here's a shot that comes off, does not find its way in. It's 55-50. Here's another shot. That doesn't make its way either. Lincoln with the ball now. They're going to have to try to rush towards the net. They're trying to get back into this game down by 5. It's practically over at this point, down to the final 5 seconds. There's a ball that finds its way in. 55-53 with 2.4 seconds to go. And I hope that I just did not fall into that broadcaster's jinx.
This is a nail-biting game right now. 2 seconds left. All Lincoln needs is a three-pointer to win the game. Even a two-pointer to tie it up and go into overtime.
What kind of plan you drawing right now? So you got 2.4 seconds left. You're down by 2. What kind of plan you drawing to try to get yourselves 2 points?
I say for Lincoln, I say try to get this ball back because it's Conwell Egan ball. Is it Egan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Conwell Egan's ball at the moment, and I would want to full press Egan, try to get that ball back, get a quick foul in, make sure that they don't make the free throws. Even if they do, make sure they only make one, so it's a 3-point game.
They got a long pass there. Lincoln has control of it, and did they get the timeout off is the question, and they're going to say yes. Coach Tate thinks it's absolutely ridiculous. That's okay. So those of you who do not know Coach Tate's a very vocal coach. He's probably one of the most vocal coaches in the PCL. The Judge boys that played underneath him have have loved him, but have also said that he communicates extremely well. So we'll see 0.4 seconds here with Lincoln going to get control of the ball. And what we said that might turn out to be a buzzer beater might actually be a tying game here. And if it happens, we're blaming you two.
Yeah, Coach Tate needs to relax on the arguing because this is at the point of the game where the refs are not afraid to call an ejection because this game is very close and they need to make sure they know everything's going on and they want to make it a fair game.
All right, here we go. We're going to let the sounds play this one out for you. And that is it. Conwell Egan wins a final score of 55 to 53.
7 o'clock varsity here at the U of S.
And it was a very interesting game, guys. So what would you say now? Game's over, or what do you think?
That was the best game I've seen Egan play the most interesting game I've seen Egan play. They could have fixed a couple things on their game. I feel like they should have won that game by a lot more. If they kept their defense, they would have probably won that 55 to 40 maybe.
Right. Egan should have won this game by a lot more, but their defense was not on point today. Their passing wasn't on point. Their shooting, making free throws, everything was not on point today. If I were coach, I would make sure at practice that I will work on our shooting, passing, dribbling, everything, all practice, just to make sure that we're good for our next game.
All right, a lot of fun today, guys. A lot of memories to make, too, right? Mike Missinelli, John Kordichko, and who knows? Maybe you two will be next with a radio podcast, television podcast. But I am Dan Connor, joined with Christopher Nazi, Patrick Egan, and Dante Neiman. And we're going to send it back upstairs now to our intermission team, who are going to give us a post-game report.
Welcome to the CEC versus Lincoln High School post-game show. That was an extremely close game, but we ultimately came out on top with the score being 55 to 53. So, James, what were some key factors in today's performance?
The key factors were keeping the other team from taking the lead for most of the game, even though it was a close game. Some of our key factors were moving the ball very well, even keeping a lead when there was tons of pressure left in the fourth quarter.
They were able to take the ball up to the net a lot, even though they didn't make some of them. They still got a bunch of points from that.
Yeah, we saw some amazing defense in that first half, and even though it kind of lacked in the second half, we still came out with the W.
Yeah, the key factors for us was staying in the right mind. I feel like at the end of that game, when it was getting close, we really could have lost our heads and given up the win there.
James, what's one key moment from the game that stood out to you?
One key moment is their ability to just rebound the ball and keeping it away from the other team. One moment of the game that stood out to me is probably the dunk.
because it brought the crowd tons and tons of energy.
The key moment that stood out to me is when they tied each other in the first half, because that's when Egan really started to pick up their points and started to get a big lead on them at the end of the first half.
Yeah, so like Matt said, I also like seeing that dunk in the second quarter as well to extend our lead over Lincoln. That's kind of what we see out of John Morant. So that further secured our dub, and it made us get that W.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Shane and Matt, and I love that John Morant reference.
Thank you.
Okay, so when we dunked the ball, it really lit up the entire stadium. I feel like everyone got hyped on our team, and it really gave us the fire and the passion to keep going in that game and win it overall.
What's something you think the team could improve on for the next game?
I think the team can improve on their shooting, and because they missed a lot of shots tonight, and I feel like they can improve that.
I think we have to improve on our passing, because a lot of the times when we pass, there's tons of turnovers, and we really need to fix that.
We need to improve on our shooting, because we could have got a lot of points and made this close game not so close.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely like getting a pass around the arc and finding that open man for a clean shot, because we saw a lot of turnovers, especially in the first half. We just saw turnover after turnover, but we still had a very big lead because of our defense in the first half.
Yeah, better passes was definitely something that we really needed. I feel like stronger, better passes would really help us. I feel like we weren't working as a team very much. Like a few times I saw people trying to be greedy and get all the glory themselves when they could have passed the ball one more time.
This is the end of the post-game show. I'm calling Danny.